Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Let's talk about it. It's my time. You know what it is, man. Welcome to another episode of Toxic Culture. You already know how it goes down. Before we get into this, because we are going to get into this, I need you to please drop a like on the video, man. Show some support, man. It'll help me out. It'll help me know that you like the content. And you know what? I'll keep putting it out there for you. But we're going to start off with this one. Okay, so let's see what's going on if you haven't heard about it. Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey break up after over 1 year. Both are completely heartbroken, says the source. Now, if you haven't heard, obviously, there it is for you right there. Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey have parted ways. Obviously, Lori Harvey has her past. She has a history. In 2017, she started her high-profile romance career when she was engaged to Dutch soccer player Memphis Depay. However, they ended up splitting in 2018. After that, Lori was seen out with Justin Combs. That's right, the son of rapper Diddy Combs. They were doing for a little bit, a few months, and then she split with him. And then she was with Trey Songz, apparently, or they went out for a few dinner dates in 2018. Of course, after 2018, we have the year where she tried the sun, and I guess she wanted to taste the riper berry, so she ended up dealing with Sean Combs. That's right, the father, and that is a conversation that I personally would love to hear how that went. Could you imagine Diddy going to his son like, okay, so this is what the deal is. When you was telling me all them good times you was having with Lori and I was smiling and everything like that, I gotta know, son. I gotta know. And these guys are players, so maybe Justin Combs was like to his father's face, go ahead, Dad, do what you think, but trust me, behind his back, he was vexed. Anyway, 2020 is when she was linked to, of course, Future, who has a part in this story as well, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Soon, but a little bit later, so stay tuned for that as well. And of course, most recently, she was linked with, of course, Michael B. Jordan, which is where the story is currently. Let's see what her mother had posted, because if anybody knows anything, it's gonna be the mother. Isn't that right? So let's see what she has to say about this. You sit in shit too long, it stops smelling. So come the fuck out of there. Now listen, you can assume whatever. This could have been a coincidence that she posted this. It just so happened that she posted this very soon after. It was just days, literally after the breakup. So maybe she was having a little argument with Steve about what was the number one answer. Who knows? Maybe it was a different answer they had together. I don't know. Maybe you can assume. I can assume. Who knows? But like I said, there's been many reasons as to why they have broken up, right? The most common one is that he was 35, she's 25. He's at a point in his life where he has already gone through this stage. He's figured it out. He knows what he wants in life, and he's ready to take the relationship to the next level. Unfortunately, Lori Harvey, not there yet. I guess is the best way of putting it. Not there yet. Still in her city girl phase and continuing on with the city girl phase. Thought she was ready to settle down at the beginning. Decided not to. Then realized, oh damn, I almost fucked that up. And decided to just go on a rampage in the streets. And this is the thing. When you can out future, that's when you know that you have some game. Because I need people to understand that Future, it was subtle. It was subtle with Future. But one thing that I noticed is that his music, of course, was very, very different after. It's just, listen, maybe it's me. You tell me what you think, okay? So, of course, we have a Dirty Sprite, right? Dirty Sprite album. Let's take a look at the track list, because we can see some of the names of the songs that he had on the track list. Dirty Sprite, right? So let's see. Number 3, Where You At, right? Number 4, Groupies, okay? Number 7, Freak Ho. You know. Number 9, Slave Master. Right. Let's see. 15, The Percocet and Stripper Joint. 16, Real Sisters. Okay, these are track names. I like it. I like where I'm going. Let's see. Let's check out Hendrix. Let's go with Hendrix. Let's see what Hendrix track list is looking like. So of course we have number 3, Looking Exotic. Number 5, Use Me. Okay. Number 9, Never Miss a Lot. Number 11, Hallucinating. Let's you know what? I want this to be very clear where I'm going, so I'm gonna try one more. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Let's what album should we do on this one? We wanna do something a little more recent, or something from the past. I'm thinking we should do something from the past, maybe Pluto. Let's check out Pluto. So Pluto, what do we got here? We got Astronaut Chick. We got I'm Trippin'. Okay. What do we have? Tony Montana. That was an anthem. That's not just a song right there. You Deserve It being the last track on there. Now, I want you to pay attention to the current album that he has. This is the cover. Of course, we know what the cover looks like. It's duh. We've all seen the cover. But in case you didn't know, this is the name of the album. I Never Liked You. Now, this is post Lori. Okay, post Lori. Let's look at the name of some of these tracks. Of course, he has number 7, the big track that he has out for Drake, which is coincidentally called Wait For You. Okay, there you go. The one right under that, number 8, that's called Love You Better. Number 11, We Just Want to Get High, right? You can go all the way down to 16, Back to the Basics, because, you know, that's what most people want to get back to after they get their heart broken. But one thing that we definitely all do after a breakup is we look ourselves in the mirror and we say number 2. And listen, even if we not supposed to say it, we saying it. I'm that nigga, right? Listen, these are tracks that, you know, maybe it's a coincidence that these titles are out there, okay? But if you listen to the songs, Future definitely seems to be a little bit more in his feelings. So when I say that she's out featuring Future, that's what I'm talking about. This man is making different types of music. Now we get to the meat and potatoes. The reason you're here. You got the story. Now, if you're watching to the end, it's to hear my opinion on what's going on, because you know I'm about to say some shit. And I definitely got to say some shit about this situation, because when it comes to Lori Harvey, this is very simple. Like, whatever source that was told us exactly what I think it is as well. Michael B. Jordan was a man who reached an age or point where he had probably already been through that phase. He's got life a little bit more figured out, and he wants to settle down. Unfortunately, he chose somebody who's 25 years old and is out here just trying to fucking get a nut. Now, that's obvious by her choice of guys that she's decided to deal with. Is it just me, or is she picking some of the biggest players in the game, like histories of this thing? The only person she has left on her list, I believe, is Nick Cannon. She's probably just staying away from that because she doesn't want to be the 13th or 14th baby mom by that point. Okay? That makes perfect sense to me. Now, the thing about this that's funny is Lori Harvey is actually playing the role of the guy. She's moving like a lot of men do. When they're undecided, they don't know exactly what they want. They go out and they seek out the people who are equally as toxic, and they know this relationship isn't gonna last. The funny thing here is when Lori Harvey gets with these guys, they believe that they can change her. Doesn't that sound familiar, ladies? They believe that they can change her into something that she doesn't want to become, obviously. But you know, these guys are so wealthy and they got so much, they think that if they put this material stuff on her, that it's gonna work. And you know what? It would work for a lot of guys, in a lot of cases. One big issue. This is Lori Harvey. Like, it's simple. She's already got money. She's not looking for that. She knows what she looks like. You understand? She knows what she can do. She moves like a player moves. And there's nothing to be mad at here. Now, I'm a little bit heartbroken because when I say that she's moving like like a guy does, it goes one step even further. Let me show you these Instagram pages. If you haven't been keeping up on these guys' Instagram page, let's go to Instagram for a second. All right, we on the Two Guys podcast, doing a podcast. You know, make sure you follow that if you haven't followed that. But let's check out Lori Harvey's Instagram page real quick. Okay, as you can see, we scrolling down, we taking a look. It's a lot of pictures of Lori, which I mean it's Lori's Instagram. But I don't know if you remember what this looked like before. There was some other people on this page, and by other people I mean Michael B. Jordan. He has been erased, ladies and gentlemen, from her page. Right now, let's take a look at what Michael B. Jordan's Instagram page is currently looking like. Now, hot damn. Look at this. This is the one I want to go to right here. Let's scroll down, get it in the center, and then we can bring it up. Look at the caption. I love her. And the picture's still up. This is from 16 weeks ago. Yeah, there's a difference in the Instagram pages, and I believe it shows a difference in where they're at. She has clearly moved on, playa, and he is clearly still stuck in his feelings, ready to settle down. It's funny out here because I know a lot of ladies are looking at her and they're saying, you know, this is the way that I need to move. And it's funny to me because a lot of ladies out here will be saying, you know, if you ask a woman what she wants out of the guy, one of the things they'll say is they want somebody who's loyal, somebody who's committed, somebody who's ambitious, somebody who's stable. These are all things that women want, right? This is a perfect example of a guy who possesses multiple of those categories, tick, 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 checking all the boxes. But you know what? After a while, and this is not just the case with Lori Harvey, but with a lot of you women who question why you're single, this is the reason. You get these guys. Then you say, oh man, this guy's so nice, it's not exciting. I'm getting bored. He's so boring. Like every time I call him, he's there for me. And oh my goodness, I need some excitement in my life. What do you go and do? You go out and you seek a fuck boy, and you go and you might cheat with that fuck boy. You might break up with your man and go out and cheat with that fuck boy because he's going to give you problems. He's going to give you issues. He's got money, he's got whatever, but he's going to give you, he's not always going to be there. That's what you want. And then the funny thing is when that guy goes out and he cheats on you, as he will inevitably do, that's why you call them fuck boys. Y'all will go get back with that guy and chill with him. The guy that's treating you bad, that's the guy that you want to, you know, that's the guy that you're looking for. But the nice guy who possesses everything that you say you want, unfortunately, after a while, he's boring to you. And you need something different. You know. And you know what? If you're Lori Harvey and you're 25, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do your thing. But ladies, if you are over the age of 30, it gets to a point where you need to stop worrying about somebody coming to chase you, and quite possibly you need to set your standards to that 30 plus age standard, which means not that you have to settle, but it means that you have to be more aware of when you get what you want and holding on to it and figuring out how to keep it. Now, it might be you who has to do a little bit of extra effort to keep it exciting. It might be you who has to be a little bit persistent or a little bit more aggressive, because let's be real, men at this age, a lot of them have done the chasing phase already. They've been through it. They got and did it already. You know what I'm saying? They ran through that. They've had their girls. They're not necessarily at a point where they're ready to be committed, but they're definitely at a point where chasing women, especially if it's a guy who gets a lot of women, is not at the top of their priority list. They want a woman who's going to excite them. Something a little bit different. They've already had all of that chase type of action. They want a girl that's going to come to them, show them a little bit something different, get them excited, maybe put a little bit of effort into planning little things, make a little persistence, like, no, I'm going to see you tonight. I'm coming tonight. It's something to consider, ladies. It's something to consider. And, you know, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, they're obviously a different category, because one thing that we have to remember is there's Lori Harvey and then there's you. Okay? There's Lori Harvey and then there's you. They're different people. So recognize what it is. Understand the story. I feel bad for Michael B. Jordan. I do. But he had to know what he was getting himself into, man. It's like every girl that deals with Nick Cannon, every girl that deals with Future. You know what you're doing. You know. You know what you're doing. Anyway, that's my time, man. It's two guys doing a podcast. This is Toxic Culture. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you leave something down in the comments how you feel about this. Do you feel that Lori Harvey is a player? Or do you feel that she fumbled the bag? Did she fumble the bag with Michael B? Let me know in the comments, man. Two guys doing a podcast, and we out. Deuces.